So I just seen this movie, right? It was called The Mountain of the Cannibal God. And the movie has to do with obviously cannibals, but it had to do with an explorer that went missing, searching the islands around Papua New Guinea for uranium. And as he's searching around the island, obviously he comes up missing. So his wife comes from Europe, and her brother, they put together an expedition team with one of his friends that were still on the island to go and search for him. Now they know they didn't get lost in the jungle that the police are saying they got lost in. They believe that he went looking on the islands surrounding it, and they went to an island that they kept saying was cursed. The curse was there was cannibals on it, obviously, and the movie's interesting. One, they never show you who the god of the island is. When it's all said and done, they never show you who the god of the island is. But I figured that the god of the island has to be Molech, because the cannibals all painted themselves with white chalk, their bodies completely, right? And then they would make a mask that they would wear, and the face of the mask was the face of an owl. So more like a barn owl, if anything, too. And there was two types of people on the islands, too, on these islands. There were people that looked like the people from Australia, and some people that looked like they're from India mixed in. They were on the island. They weren't the cannibals. It was the mongoloid looking people out of all those people that were there that were the cannibals. And it reminded me of these Indians from Texas, right? And it reminded me of how they try to say, he's the cannibal. This cat. Like when you look up the name they have written down there, they're trying to say, oh, this is the cannibal here. But in this movie, it was these people. They were the ones that were the cannibals, living on the same island. I was like, no way. Now this cat, the only thing I've seen something like that were the people that were from India. They were like this jet black looking purple. So I was figuring that maybe that's what they were trying to represent this, but maybe not. I mean, you see that hair, that looks like somebody from Africa, like one of those lost boys of Africa, that hair that they have. But either way, that's what it reminded me of, the two types of people living there. And as I'm watching this movie, now this movie is rated R, and this is like 1970s rated R. This is where, it's gruesome. It's like, if you watch it, don't watch it with your children. Because, I mean, they put sex magic rituals in there. And there's no hiding it. They put a dude, one of these mongoloid looking dudes, giving it to a massive swine. Right? I mean, and then they keep, like, they show them killing iguanas and all kinds of stuff, and chewing on their raw inside parts, because they believe it's a sacrifice to the gods, because killing a spider is an omen. I mean, it was wild. That's why I said don't watch it with children. Don't watch it with children. But as I'm sitting there, I started thinking, is this what our ancestors had to deal with? Is this what they had to share the land with? Because it really just made me think about, this just so differently. And it made me look at the mongoloid so much differently. Because I've always asked this question, and just, how come they don't know the history? How come when you ask them the history, they always tell you, oh, we got to ask our elders? Why don't you know it? And I was talking to Vince, and Vince was telling me about, I can't think of the dude's name right now. He had a video up, and it was about like how the Indians were talking about human steaks from like the 70s. And when you try to go around looking for was it the Native American cannibals. Some of the pages are now taken down where it says, you know, here, let's see if we can find it. I'll have to back up. Look at this. Now look, the face on this Indian here, or this native here, when you watch the movie, it's nearly the same exact face as the chief that they have here. I'm not saying they use the same person. I'm just saying, when I was watching that movie, I'm like, these are Mongols. These are definitely not the our people on the island doing this. These are definitely not what's it called, frizzy-haired people. Let me see. And all I did was look up, you know, Native American cannibals. You see they, man, yeah, these chaps.